Hey guys, so I just went and watched the latest Spider-Man film, No Way Home, and I just want to share some thoughts. Big spoilers alert. Just stop watching this if you haven't seen it yet. So I think overall, the film was really bittersweet for me. Like it started out like really, hey, there's this big situation going on. Everyone knows you're Spider-Man, uh, but you have, I guess Peter's also dealing with issues with like Aunt May, his personal life, and the film. I guess the vibe was the film trying to make light of it. Like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. Crack some jokes here and there. Or the main plot happened, which is Strange trying to cast a spell, but it messed up, causing all the multiverse villains to come in. That was really cool. Tom really. Okay, I'm just refer to because there's three Spider-Man, so there's three of them. I'm just gonna refer to them by their real actor's name. So Tom tried to save, I guess the other multiverse villains. That's also what they would have wanted. He lost everything by the end of the film. He hit rock bottom, pretty much. Like yeah, and that was really surprising for me to see because I didn't expect like I knew that they were trying to set it up from the beginning. Like, okay, the film is not gonna remain this. It's not gonna get resolved happily by the end of the film. Something bad is gonna happen, and this one it really hit me. It was really bittersweet. But overall, they had some really cool moments. Like I haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies, so maybe I didn't get some of the references there, but I think they did really well. Even like the film as a whole, covering the plot, even though I haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, the jokes are really good. They got the Spider-Man jokes there. You have Nate trying to trigger Toby's PTSD. You got the Spider-Mans talking about the web shooters, asking the real question. You know, that's all we needed to know, and this film finally answered it. But jokes aside though, I think they really did pull off the multiverse pretty well. If you haven't seen the other films, I feel like it might be a bit confusing. But overall, I think they tied up the story pretty well. I really like the theme of this one. I think with typical superhero movies, they try to always beat, like it's always about beating the villain. It's never about like trying to help them or actually defeat them, like this is I feel like this is a really meaningful way of dealing with villains. And so I think it also tied the plot up really nicely for the other Spider-Mans. Like Toby got to save Doc Ock, Flynn, Sandman, Green Goblin, three of like I guess they were important people in Toby's life, right? And then really he got to actually help them get better. And with Andrew, he was able to help Max and save the moment he saved MJ. That was a great moment for him. Yeah, it might seem a little like at the end there, it might be. It seemed a little bit corny or cheesy when they were like, "Hey, let's do this together." They get their ass beat. Let's do this together. The usual hero stuff, but man, it gave me goosebumps when I saw it. That was so cool when they all just went down and just did like the Spider-Man thing. They were all together and they kicked some ass. That was amazing to see. I also love when Tom hugged them back and he said, "Thank you for everything." I felt like there was like a meaning beyond just not like thank you for like what they've built as Spider-Mans. I think it was a great like this film was a great love letter to all the Spider-Man fans over the years. Yeah, the stakes in this movie was comparable to Endgame. Like it was up there. Um yeah, pretty much they built everything up right from the first two movies, and then the ending, the payoff was yeah, it was worth the build up, yeah. But yeah, it really did get emotional when May died. That half of the movie was like just straight up like it's gut wrenching. Like it's just really sad. But yeah, the last bit of like I guess criticisms, or they could have built the characters a bit better for those that haven't seen the film, because the jokes were really great. I laughed at like almost all of them. Right? They hit well, but I feel like the timing might have been a bit off. I don't know. It wants to be a Marvel film, but it also wants to be like a really emotional film. So sometimes during some of the emotional moments, jokes comes in, and then it's like, haha, that's funny, but it's a bit serious here. Right, and I guess for the final verdict, if you're a Marvel fan like me, it's a five, right? It's a 5 out of 5. Like holy shit, I'm excited for what's about to come for yeah, honestly for MCU. But yeah, that's all. Have a good one, everyone.